is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on last year's national champion, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Out of the gun, the inside kid. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is, now can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback's thrown from the pocket. He's trying to fit that football into a real small window down the middle of the field, and the defender's hit was able to jar the ball loose from the receiver. Great job.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Finds his man. It's Barber. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Bulldogs are on the move. Looking downfield, it's Dyer. Swings it out to his running back. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell, they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. Got the first down and more. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Georgia. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Talking to the coaching staff coming into this game, they said explosive plays are going to be big for us. When we get our opportunities, we got to be able to hit on them, and you saw one right there. That time, doing it on the ground on the opening drive of the game. That just shows you this offense, they are locked in and in tune and on the same page early.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking for a physical attack from the guy. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick release by the QB. There he goes! And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating group.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the give off the left side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. LSU quick to the line. They'll try the right side. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Leaves it with the back. Pass to sticks him still on his feet. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass. Throws for the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Tiger.
And listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see you got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
And the extra point is good. So a drive there of 84 yards. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Give to the running back. Got enough for the first. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. That's reeled in, it's Jackson. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And the Dogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback running on the draw.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Running back searching for a hole. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. They'll try to run for it. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the 1st quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. After run, now throw. Got it in the middle. It's Newsome. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Dogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Completes it in the middle. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Here's the handoff. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Auburn went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Tigers ever do that? Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Leaves it with the running back. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. LSU right back to the line.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him, and he continues to deliver and make big play after big play. This dude is an absolute superstar. How about the linebacker right there? They make calls and they play in coverage, but if you're a linebacker, you better be physical, and that dude came downhill. Somebody might want to block him up front, Palmer. Downhill and laid the lumber.
Yeah, they definitely weren't able to chip up and get him on that one. But I'll tell you, a hit like that, that makes you think twice about wanting to run the football between the tackles for the rest of this game, because that dude has got some bad intentions.
The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Going for it all. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half.
Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Dyer. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And it's right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. There he goes. He will score. Touchdown, LSU. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, take a... No, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air, it's Dyer. Throwing right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Just a few games remaining. They're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard because everybody's talking about the conference championship, who you might play. You still got to deal, you still got to take care of business on the field today. That's the most important thing. It's been a phenomenal season up to this point, David. Great things ahead potentially, but you got to win this one today.
Well, and I think that's what's really important. It's a great start, and now it's about finishing the season. To be at the top is awesome, but you can't lose a conference game or 2 conference games and get yourself out of the mix here right at the end when you're so close to the finish line.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Makes a catch, 1st down, and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Line getting set on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going back to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Muscling ahead on third and short. Turning it on. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Power football with the run. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Racing to the right. The 50. The 30. Inside the... Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. He's quite familiar with the end zone. His 75th career touchdown run.
You know, we're in the era in college football where there's a lot of running back by committee. This guy has been the bell cow. He's been the focal point of this offense. To stay healthy, to be consistent, and to reach that number is ridiculous.
Right, it just shows you how special he is, because you're right. They want to throw it all over the yard in today's college football, but they continue to give it to him because he continues to find the end zone, and again, for the 75th time.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Dropping back, it's Dyer. On the run, still looking. Lets it fly. Complete to the left. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the ground with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got out of trouble and throws. And the third down pass is incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth down.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. The give to the left. Fights off the defender. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. The Tigers moving quickly to the line. To the ground. He's got it again. Spins away from the defender. He has the first and still on his feet. Wide open spaces.
Job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to pass, it's Dyer. Gonna take a shot. He's got it all right. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Defense not showing press coverage. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. That is no good. And it is still a 4-point deficit. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw. Caught. Breaks into the open. Inside the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Texas Tech is getting crushed today, and this is in front of a full house in Lubbock. That fan base should not be subjected to this. They're trailing by 15 to Texas A&M. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
looking to throw. It's Dyer. Got his man on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Rush is on him. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Nice job by the defense there. You talk about when you have your foot on the neck of your opponent, you just keep the pressure down, right? You don't take it off. And with that opportunity on fourth down in their opponent's territory, you get the stop. You now get an opportunity here in the second half to build on your two-possession.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The give to the lone running back. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's got it on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got him downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. LSU quick to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown LSU! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
Oh, he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time David sort of curbed some of the aggression. There he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Dyer. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Makes a man miss. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive already. Oh, it's a fumble. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that...
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And they take it in for 6 more points.
We know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Oh, he's got some space. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play call. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, LSU.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line.
Let's get out of here with a win, Charcoal.
Trying to get the edge on the right. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Tigers want to move quickly. They want to run this quarterback. Oh, he's got a chance. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This quarterback is so unique and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Dyer. There's the pressure. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who makes the catch down the right side. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. This time they'll go to the running game. Turning it on. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He's got his man. Makes the grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Georgia going up tempo. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to pass. It's Dyer. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Absolutely center cut. Are forced to settle for the field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Old Dominion is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by a field goal over Appalachian State. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens. You should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room. Because
breaks into the open. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Look out, he's got room. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Touchdown, LSU! And the stomping has commenced. You can see it on the sideline. They've built a comfortable fourth quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
He's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. He's going to let it go. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to throw, it's Dyer. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Looking to the big tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Finds a spot in the middle.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Looking to throw for it. Working the middle, it's complete. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo. To the air on 1st down. Lets it go to the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Going for 6. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The defense takes matters into its own hands. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the returner will be dragged down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major... There he goes! How about that weight room work? He's showing off there as he gets across the 20. They'll mark it at the 22.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play, you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. And the Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. It's complete on the right side. That's 20, he's got space. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. Looking for a man. It's Dyer. Unleashes to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Bring in the heat. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one It's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.